Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to take a road down the memory lane and pick some of my old favorite makeup. And so I went through my collection and just picked some products that I really loved, and I just want to do a look with them. I feel like lately there have been so many new releases, so many new palettes that it can be overwhelming. It is overwhelming for me, and finding the balance between showing you guys new products and inspiring you guys to look through your collection and find good products that you love is it's hard. I'm trying to balance it. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. We're gonna use some good old favorite Roen shadows. I don't know if you heard about this brand. I'm gonna use some Vesca products. Again, a beautiful brand, a brand that I don't know how to pronounce. Kjaer, maybe. I'm also going to play with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer and lots of goodies. So if you are interested, please continue watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe down below and give it a like. It really helps my channel grow, and I'm just so thankful for everybody that does. To prime my skin, I am going to pick two products that I just love so much. It used to be my go-to. First one is this Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. It's just this beautiful moisturizing glowy primer, and because I can't get enough glow, I am going to go with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is just such an old favorite. I still have 3 different colors in my kit. I use them on pretty much every person, and they're just so beautiful. So I want to put these on. I'm gonna take a drop of this one. It's almost like a gel. It feels a little bit like a gel. It's moisturizing, and it just has such a beautiful finish on the skin. I feel like foundation just lays on it beautifully, and I missed it. Next, I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless. I have the shade 2, and just give myself some glow. I take this one all the way under the eye. I really think it helps just blur the lines. I don't know what's in that. It's magic. My husband brought me a drink, and it is so good. For foundation, I'm going to take this Nars Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This one is in Alaska Light 2, and it is such a good, just easy, everyday kind of foundation. It has good coverage, medium. I feel like you can definitely build it up to be more of a medium full. And I love just the way it sits on the skin. It's not too glowy, but it's not matte at all. It just has a beautiful finish. I would say it's a natural finish, and it blends into the skin so nice. I just love this. I do love a good glowy foundation, but from time to time it is nice to have something that is not quite so glowy and something that lasts longer, and I think this is it. It's not matte again, it's just perfect. So this is on the skin. I do have a glowy primer and that Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless. So it gives a little bit more glow to certain areas, but I just love it so much. It looks so good. Next, I'm going to take my Too Faced concealer. This is the Born This Way, is this chubby good old thing, and I love this so much. I have it in my kit in so many colors. It's just such a good everyday concealer. It gives good coverage. It actually gives great coverage. It does not look cakey at all under the eye, and I just love it so much. I haven't worn it in a while. I use it on other clients all the time, but I had so many new concealers that I kind of put this, back there and didn't grab for it. And I tried it yesterday, and it looks so good. You just forget, And so this one, I think it's in light warm. Let me check. Light beige. And I think it's a pretty good match for me. At least now with this Alaska number 2, I am not self-tan at all right now. This looks so good under the eyes. It is so creamy. It is blendable. It doesn't crease. Like right now I don't have any powder yet. I will put, but I don't see it settling into my lines. And it's just good overall. Such a good concealer and gets so much product. Okay, let's see how much you get. You get 15 ml. That is a lot. For powder, I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter. This is in number 1. As you can tell, I love this powder. I think this is my third one. I'm pretty sure this is my third one. It's just so good. I still use it after years and years and years. This one and the Pat McGrath and Kosas, those 3 powders are just my go-to powders. Go right under my eye. This powder has some coverage, I think. It's not just completely translucent. And it blurs. It blurs your pores. It's like magic. I think it's so good. I will say the number 7 is a good dupe. That one is just a little bit even more coverage, and it's a little bit more intense, maybe a little bit much for me. I think this is just a little bit more finely milled and less coverage. So I prefer this one over that one, but they're very close. They're very, very good powders, both of them. But loving this so much. It just does just enough, just what I wanted to do and nothing more. For contour, I am going to take my Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer. This is in Butta Biscuit 02. This is how it looks like. I'm just so surprised I didn't hit pan on this one because I used it so much. And to apply, I'm gonna take this big old Wayne gauze. It's dirty because I should wash it. Okay, I cleaned it a little bit so it's not that messy. So I'm going to take this on this brush. I really like to use this brush for contouring because it has a good angle, but it spreads the product really well. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, the synthetic line from him. I'm going to contour a little bit. You can definitely use this as a bronzer as well, but I have the Vesca bronzer that I really want to use. So, yeah, I'm just going to use this mainly for contouring. And then for bronzer, I'm going to take the Vesca bronzer. This is called Kiss by Santorini. This is the color like so. And this is a very matte bronzer, but it just looks so good on the skin. It doesn't look completely matte, even though there's no shimmer. There's just a creaminess to it. It's so beautiful. If you do not know about Vesca, I think you should look into it. That's the color right there. So good. They're so inclusive. They're a clean brand and I just love it. I think it's such a good brand and I love supporting brands that are a little smaller but have absolutely amazing products. So I picked up the product. It picks up quite a bit. And then I am going to bronze up a little bit more. You know what bronzer I've been enjoying lately is the Huda bronzer. I tried it on the camera once and it was really pretty, but lately I've been really loving it. I think the fact that I can build that bronzer up, and that one has a little bit more luminosity. That's why I mentioned it, because this is a very matte, and my point was that I like having a matte option, because if you only have luminous, it can get a little much, you know? It can get a little much, but having such a good matte bronzer is just so essential in my collection. And I think this one is absolutely amazing. We're bronzed up. What I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna take this bronzer and put it in my crease because the palette I have doesn't have a matte product in it, and I think this will work so well as a good transition. Moving on to my favorite blush, and this is Kjaer Weis. I could say that so wrong. I hit pan and I didn't even notice. Okay, usually I get really excited that I hit pan, but this makes me so sad because this little guy is so expensive. Good news, proof that I use it so much because I have so many blushes. Bad news, it's so expensive. Anyway, this blush is out of this world amazing. This is in Desired Glow, and it's a cream blush, and the color is stunning. It's just perfection. And I'm gonna swatch it right here. It's right there. It is a good neutral color. It has a little bit of brown in there. There's a little bit of pink, a tiny bit of peachiness. It's just such a good combination, and it blends in absolutely amazing. I honestly use this on my lips many times. Look at that. It's just such a good nude blush. It has a little bit of everything. And I used to just use this absolutely all the time. However, these are very expensive. The packaging literally weighs a ton. Like, it is so heavy, but they sell refillers, which is really nice because of the price. And they also sell in a different packaging that are cheaper. This is how the packaging works. You just close it like that and open it this way. And it's nice and sturdy and very heavy. So it's definitely a luxurious blush, but because they sell it in a red packaging that I think is just like basic cardboard, you save quite a lot of money, and the refills aren't quite as expensive. So I have it on my finger because I don't like wasting this blush because it's so expensive. And I just apply it with my finger. So I get most of the color on there and not on the brush. Can you see how fast that blended in? I mean, seconds. So good. So good, so beautiful. It definitely has a glow to it. Now, you do not see any shimmer in it, but because of the texture, it definitely leaves your skin just looking fresh, not matte. And I just think it's so beautiful. I will take a brush with no product and just blend in the edges. Isn't that so beautiful? I'm just loving this so much, and I'm so sad I hit pan. That is Desired Glow. Stunning, beautiful. It reminds me just a little bit of the Pat McGrath Desert Orchid. I think the Desert Orchid is a little bit more brown than this one, but I think I would pair it with the same looks because it's just such a good nude color. So good. I'm going to use it on my lips as well. Why not? Let's take my old favorite Makeup Forever Artist color in Anywhere Caffeine and just line my lips a little bit. Okay, and then with my finger, I'm just gonna take a little bit of the color and just put it on. Let me get a mirror. And that's how it looks like as a lipstick. So beautiful. I used to just pack this and I would literally put it on my eyes, my cheeks, my lips. It's just such a good product. The texture is very interesting because it is creamy, but it sets almost like a powder. So it's not tacky at all. And I feel it on my lips more as a matte lipstick. Not uncomfortable whatsoever, but it's just not as glossy. So I feel like it stays put really well. I went ahead and did my brows real quick. I used my Gucci brow product. I use it every single day, and I'll show you, look how much I still have left. I've been using this for months and months, every single day, and there's so much left. I think it's gonna take me years to go through this. Okay, moving on to the eyes. I'm really excited because I'm going to use some of the Roen eyeshadow. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Roen eyeshadows, but they are the most unique texture. They're creams and they have different textures within the cream. So this one right here is just more of a glittery topper. It's just a little bit harder pressed. So this is more of a glittery shade. Then there are some like, they're extremely creamy right there. I'll just swatch all of them. So that's how these look like. It's just such a unique texture. Let me clean my hand and swatch these for you. So this is one of her palettes, and it has so much dimension within each shadow, and it's a cream, but they all have different formulas. So there's some more that are a little bit more glittery, some that are a little softer, some that are a little just chunkier feel to them. Like this one right here, I feel like has just a little bit chunkier pieces within it, but I wouldn't say that it's chunky glitter, just the actual texture of it. Very, very unique. That's how it looks when you blend it out. So she has 3 palettes, if I'm not mistaken. This is called the 75. This one, which is my favorite, is the 1111. And then she has the 52. So these are all different colors. You get similar vibe, but different color story. This one was my last purchase, and it's really, really nice because I really like warm tones. But I kind of want to show you guys this one, or should we combine them? I don't know. This one is definitely my most unique one and most interesting. This color right here from the 52 palette is just so beautiful. I just have swatches everywhere. That's how it looks like. And it's this like messy kind of brownish that has some silver sparkles in there. It's just beautiful. These are more of that worn in makeup, so it's gonna look just a little bit smudgy. It's gonna look just a little bit, I wouldn't say oily, just a little bit messier on the eye. These are not good with brushes. Like, I don't think that these are very good with brushes. I may use a brush just to blend it out, but for application I usually just use my fingers. So these are definitely not shadows that will stay intact and perfect till the end of the day. These are going to move slightly. They may crease a little bit, but it just gives you that like worn in makeup and like a little bit of a more smudged outlook. I really like that vibe. I don't mind if there's a tiny crease. I just tap it and it's perfect. Oh gracious, we forgot about highlighter. Okay, going back to the skin, I am going to take the highlighter from the Hollywood Flawless filter, and I am going to add a dot here and a dot here. I will put another highlighter on top because I want to show you guys the Vesca highlighter. That one's beautiful as well. But I like to put this as a base and show you guys just how beautiful this looks on its own. Isn't that so pretty? Many times I use this one on more mature skin as a highlighter because it just smooths out the texture and there's no fine lines emphasized. So So beautiful. So I wanted to show you guys that, but also show you guys the Vesca highlighter. This is how it looks like. Mine is in Moonlight, and I'll show you guys closer. It has a very creamy texture. It is not extremely powdery, but it is intense. However, on the skin, there's no actual shimmer particles. It just blends in so nicely. What a terrible place to put a swatch. Putting it right here. That's it right there. It just is so beautiful on the skin. It almost looks like a cream highlighter in a powder formula because it's so creamy. It is so smoothing on the skin and beautiful. So let me put this on. I'm going to take a Sonia G mini cheek brush. I've been really liking this one for my highlighter, and putting it right here. I'm hoping you guys can see how soft it looks on the skin, how smoothing it is. It gives you a bling, and you can definitely build this up, but I like it more of a just soft highlighter. I wouldn't even wear it as strong as I'm putting it right now, but in order to be picked up by the camera, I think I have to put just a little bit more. And voila, this is the highlighter. So good. Okay, moving on to the eyeshadow. Let's start with the number 1111. And do we want to do something smokier? Do we want to do something just softer? I feel like this all over the lid looks so beautiful. It just gives me that grungy feel. But I kind of want to use all of them for you guys. I'm going to use them, all these. So let's see if I can get some pigment off on the small brush in the crease. So I think I'm going to take this darker one. Let's see, this is a synthetic brush from Real Techniques. I don't have hopes for this. Yeah, it's not picking much. I'm going to take my finger, put it in there, and place it on this outer corner and drag it out and into my crease. And now that I have that there, I'm going to take this brush and blend in the edges a little bit. Again, I don't think the brushes are good to apply the product, but to blend it in, I do think it does a good job. Then I'm going to put this one kind of all over the lid and blend it in. Those two together are pretty. I want to show you guys all the textures and colors of the palette. So even if you don't make the prettiest to look, at least I can show you guys the texture. So I'm going to take on my other finger the gray and tap it on top of each other and blend it in a little bit. And why not take this one and put it in the middle to combine these colors. And then take it a little bit in the crease. It looks like I'm sloppy because I am. I'm really just throwing it in there because, again, I don't think these are meant to be these perfectly placed eyeshadows. I think they're meant to be kind of throw in the eye and give you more of that grungy eye look. I think I like that one in the crease quite a bit. I blend it in. Okay, and to top it all off, I'm going to take this shadow right here, and this is the sparkly shade, and it's so beautiful. I'm going to put it in the middle because we don't have enough sparkle. That gave it an oomph, didn't it? It's pretty bright. Sometimes I like to just take this one with something in my crease and just put it all over the lid, and it just does something to the eye. It's beautiful. Under the eye, I will take this gray color on my finger and smudge it. And also just a little bit of this peachiness in the center. I'm not gonna put that super bright one because I think that's a lot. But this, just to give it a little bit dimension. I'm gonna reapply a little bit of that peach color so it won't get lost under that beautiful shimmer. There you go. So I'm gonna take my bronzer with my fluffy brush and pick up slightly. I'm gonna clean off most of it. I'm gonna use this to blend in my crease. I don't mind a messy eye look, but I do like the crease to just be slightly blended. All right, I am going to put my mascara on and be right back. And this is how it looks on the eyes with mascara. I used the Bite Beauty mascara and I just love it. I think there's so much dimension going on the eyes, and many times when I wear this, somebody stops me and asks me, what do you have on your eyes? Because mostly natural light, it's just so much texture and it's beautiful. So usually I wouldn't pair all four together, but obviously you can definitely do that. But I love taking this one right here all over the lid and tapping in the middle this burgundy color. What is this? Kind of pinkish color, mauvey pink. I'm terrible at describing colors. But I tap that in the center and it just gives me such a grungy look, almost wet. Very, very unique palette, a very unique formula, and I just think they're beautiful. So that completes my look. Thoughts. Okay, let's start with the obvious. Amazing. Then moving on to the foundation, the Nars Tinted Moisturizer. Beautiful. I think this is a cult classic. A lot of people love it. Too Faced concealer, so good. It's gonna go back in my collection. I just love the way it looks under my eyes. The Cream Fenty bronzer, again, these are all cult followings. I think they're so beautiful. It blends in well, but it doesn't slip. It's not too creamy, and I really like the color. Vesca products. If you guys haven't tried Vesca, take a look. If you're in need of a good matte bronzer, this is amazing. And this highlighter, I just think it gives such a beautiful glow and it looks like a cream highlighter on. And obviously my baby right here, this is so beautiful. Again, I'm just so sad I hit pan because it's just so expensive. It's a weird way to open it. So like many times I think I have to open it from the bottom, but it's the top. Anyway, so beautiful. I love the color, I love the texture, and it's been well loved. And the eyeshadow from Roen, so beautiful, so stunning. These aren't for everybody though. I think if you like those perfect matte colors, this is not for you. If you struggle with a lot of smudging, the eyeshadow moving around, this is not for you. But if you're into more of that kind of one and done shadow, a little bit of just grunginess to it, a lot of textures, you may like these. These are very unique, but again, I don't think they're for everybody. I would say that most people won't know what to do with this. They think that you put a brush in there and you put it on and oh my gosh, they're horrible because they don't work. But Your finger is your best friend. If you don't want to use your fingers, do not buy these because they won't work. They really will not. The brush will not pick up the product because the texture needs to be warmed up in your fingers. So yeah, those are all the products that I've tried today. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm hoping you will go in your collection and just pick some of your old favorite and just bring them back to life and get some use out of them. You know, we live in such a consumerism focused world right now. There's always commercials for new things. There's always products thrown at you, and I know I'm part of that too because I do reviews of new products. That's definitely a main part of my channel, but I don't want to just stick to that. I want to encourage you guys to try to find the products in your collection that you love and pick them back up and play with them because you paid good money for it and you should get your use out of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you had fun. I hope it was relaxing and a good peaceful time of your day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.